Already. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to South Sports. If you're not familiar with South Sports is Houston, Texas Homer Network. Means we're talking all sports, but only Houston. With that being said, we're going to get into some Texans versus Jaguars pregame today. Y'all, I'm going to give y'all my best. I'm going to give y'all all the sauce I got, man. I am not going to lie. I'm tired. I've been moving. I've been a whole bunch of shit been going on, man. So I have not unpacked a damn thing. It's just shit. It's just a bunch of shit going on, man. So that's just really where we at. That's just all I got. And hopefully I got the juice for a post game show because I'm tired as shit. Like I tried to sleep last night. Anyway, fuck that. Let's get into some good conversation. Let's talk about what's going down. Between the Texans and the Jags, man, it's good to see y'all. I haven't chopped it up with y'all in a little bit. This last week had been slow. Like I said, I packed a bunch of stuff up, so I really didn't get to put out a lot of content. But shout out to the round table who held it down, sent me some things to make sure y'all got some the sauce that y'all needed. But we're talking Texans and Jags, and I'm going to be honest, if y'all saw the preseason prediction video prior to, I had this going down as a loss earlier in the season. But again, this is before a lot of major moves happened. This is before a lot of things took place that kind of shook up the Texans organization. So, that being said, and before we dive all the way in, I'll tell you whether my thoughts have changed or not. Let's see what we got joining us. Trololo, H-Town, Sports, Real Swift, T-Mac, Tay Hill, No Content, Chillin' HD, Kellen Boys, what's the motherfucking deal? D-Pritch, a.k.a. Texas Palace in the building, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. Bob Dylan, Voodoo Child, what's the motherfucking deal? Leonard Avery, Shane Salinas, what's the motherfucking deal? Anthony Montez, what's the motherfucking deal? King 88, what's the motherfucking deal? Simpin Ken in the building. Larry Martin, what's the motherfucking deal? DeFon, shout out to Fondren in Maine already. Yeah, I ain't done that in a minute, man. I gotta bring that back. That used to be how we kicked everything out. We had that blurred out on you. We used to have the shout out your side with pride. We ain't done that in a minute, have we? We have not done that. That's so we're gonna have to bring that shout out your side with pride back real soon here. I don't know why the fuck shit got super blurry on me. Anyway, shout out to the Fonz. Do they though? What's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. ENS Hero, Edwin Baptiste, what's the motherfucking deal? Maximum Overdrive. Let's see. Sherman Hill, what's the motherfucking deal? Nick the Actor, Arturo Beckett. If I miss you, I ain't diss you. Let's get this a good conversation. So, the Texans last week against the Saints failed to prevail. Was it a good game? If you were a football fan, it was an excellent game. It was great. Last week, I think the Jags took on, who was it, the Browns last week? And so y'all gotta forgive me if I'm a little bit out the loop because, like I say, I have not been on my P's and Q's this week because I've been focused on some other things. But we'll get it right. Y'all know how it goes. And it wasn't the Browns. I'm sorry. Who was it? It was the Chiefs. What am I thinking? I was watching both games at the same time. So that's what I tell you. Excuse me, the brain fart. Because I've been fasting too, so I've been this is like day 8 of the fast, so I may have some brain farts here and there. Like I said, I'm all over the place. And here's a word of advice: if you're gonna move while you're fasting, hire movers, because trying to do all that shit your fucking self, it was a bad idea, a terrible idea. So trust me. So like I said, if I'm all over the place, y'all just kind of gotta forgive me. That's why I'm tired of shit too, because like I said, it's just a whole bunch of shit going on. But so the Jags, played the Chiefs. Why the fuck am I thinking about the Browns? Because I think I was watching the Titans and Browns, and I think I was watching that game at the same time as I was watching the other one. So, whatever. Anyway, players fuck up. Y'all knew that was coming, but and they kind of got washed by the Chiefs. And again, now I think that game would have been a lot better because Nick Foles came out and I think he had an early one to, who was it, Chark, I believe. And the Jags look like that offense might be competent, but then he goes down and he's going to be out for quite some time, and then that kind of parlays into this week where we know how the Texans and his coaching staff has fared against rookie quarterbacks. We know Cornell, that's his bread and butter, is beating up on rookies. He's a bully. He won't play rookies. Cornell won't play rookies, but he'll beat the shit out of a rookie quarterback. He'll give you that much, right? So there's that. But yeah, we got a few additions. We got a few things that have changed up. One of those things being Roderick is starting. And I guess Bill O'Brien finally came to his fucking senses, because this is something we've been saying, that Roderick should have been a starting tackle. If not, when there was the legend of Matt Khalil was here, even though he's no longer here. Oh, and I got to eat crow on that, because a while back in the video I said, mark my motherfucking words, that Matt Khalil would be starting. I don't think anybody foresaw the Tunsil situation at that time, but I will eat a little bit of crow on that. So again, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. Like I said, because I believe Roderick was probably at that time one of the better tackles, if I wouldn't say the best, I don't know, tackle that we had, or looking that we had at that time. So see him over Henderson at right tackle should be very interesting. Titus, I'm going to hold my thoughts. I'm going to reserve any opinions, but he cannot be any worse than Senio Kelemete. Or he could. Who knows? I mean, but I told you that at guard, I like Titus a lot better at guard. I said that, early on, because again, there's just a lot of deficiencies he still has that can be, I won't say covered up, but it'll suit him better at guard than being a tackle. Because there are a lot of y'all people who were so happy that he was that first round pick would turn on him instantly. And again, I'm not even against Titus Howard. I've been saying this. It's just where he was picked. And I think the general consensus with the rest of the roundtable too is where he has been picked, with him being a first round guy. And if he doesn't live up to that billing, Texans fans will turn on you quick, a la Jadeveon Clowney or whatever else it may be. So here's my deal, though. I want to see Titus do well, because if he does well, then that means that the Texans are doing well. But there's a few advantages for the Texans going into this game. One of those being that I believe we got Bouye and Ngakoue out. I forgot what Harrison's situation. I think he was questionable. You have no starting Nick Foles. These are all things that are going to bode well for you, considering that Jalen Ramsey is going to be shadowing Hopkins wherever he goes. I expect not Nick Martin. I'm telling you, I am everywhere. Like I'm telling, my mind is out of there. Will Fuller. Where did I get Nick Martin in replace of Will Fuller? Like, I have no idea how do you even mix that up? Like, brain fart or not, like, how do you mix that up? Completely different body types, skill sets, positions. Again, I'm telling y'all, players fuck up. I got like till Tuesday. I think Wednesday. I can eat Wednesday. So yeah, y'all have to deal with me for a little bit longer. But yeah, so Will Fuller should eat. You should have Kenny Stills should eat. Kiki will be playing today. I'm wondering what Kiki's situation is, because you know how quickly Bill O'Brien puts people in the doghouse. I don't think Kiki's necessarily in the doghouse because of injuries, but we saw that Kenny Stills can be a legitimate contributor to this offense. So I'm wondering if he has something where you can get both these guys on the field at the same time, or is Kiki going to see limited snaps because of Stills, or what is going to be. Ultimately, I think that Kiki should get the look because he has more knowledge of the playbook than Kenny Stills. But again, you're talking about a veteran. You're talking about a guy who's been around the league for a while, played for a couple of teams, and so he has experience. He can bring things that Kiki, in what is this, 7-8 games. I think he missed a significant amount of games last year. Only having a limited game, not even a season worth of games under his belt. There's things that a veteran can do that basically a rookie cannot. So it's going to be interesting. But the Texans have so much firepower that you're not really where somebody's going to be open. It's basically up to Watson to find him, and it's up to that offensive line to give him enough time to do so. I have no question. Now, one of the big things that I am going to be looking forward to is seeing whether or not we can see kind of a repeat performance from Carlos Hyde and Duke Johnson. So these guys surprised me last week, especially with limited knowledge of the offense, limited time to really get it under their belt, and the fact that they were able to come in and contribute, not only contribute, but contribute very well. I think that I think that's very interesting. Now, let's kind of flip this just for a second. Again, now, it's a divisional game. Y'all know how the Jags did us a couple of years back. Kind of a one and done year for them, and I really thought the Jags would compete this year. So I have no real fault for the Jags. I really thought that they were going to. I thought Foles was going to bring him to another. I think I saw. I mean, you saw a little bit of it, of what Foles was going to bring, but then again, he went down, and so you have no idea. So that brings in Mustache Minshew, right? And who's on IR? Warren is in a coma. Okay, and I'm not to be funny, but it's like he got a concussion at the very beginning of training camp, right? The very beginning of training camp, and you never saw him ever again. You know what I'm saying? So very odd, very odd. Hey man, if you like to stream, make sure you go show some love. Go to that slide to fucking brain fart. Streamlabs.com/softsports if you want to support the channel. You know, the stream goal is $30. So show a little love. Get your message on the screen. Let Sauce Nation know how you feel. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm wondering, was it a multiple concussion? Was it just one? Like, what happened, man? But Minshew, I like the kid. He has a weird little mustache. Looks like a guy who should have probably been in Super Troopers Part 3 or something. Definitely looks like he would have been in law enforcement if he was not in football with that mustache. It's a sweet mustache. I guess I'm a little jealous because, you know, I can only grow like a little 13-year-old Mexican mustache. So, you know, that's just kind of what it is. I have mustache envy. But I do like the kid Minshew. He came out and played nice. I think he went with his first 10 or 11 passes with no incompletions. And I think who had the record before that? It wasn't Brady. It was somebody. I forgot who had the record before that. But he broke a little record when he came out. And so, again, to me, that's, like I say, it's intriguing to see. But what you got to see also, like I said, so I don't really think they're going to do much. I think they're going to rely heavily on Fournette. I'm sure that they've kind of introduced some new things for Minshew because now that he's getting the starting reps, he's going to be relied upon. But I expect to see a lot more Fournette. I expect to see, I'm hoping that, or I think this is a game that can prove whether or not last week was a fluke, and I mean, you're just facing Alvin Kamara and he just did what he does, or has the Texans defense lost a little bit as far as in rush defense? I mean, because they gave up 95, it's close to 100. I didn't have anybody close to that last year. I don't think that even Zeke or so was that. Tay Hill, what's the motherfucking deal? Appreciate the love, Tay Hill. Shout out to Tay Hill. I ain't even got. Did I got the little thingy on? Yeah, I think I got it on. Okay. Appreciate that love. So my thing is just like I said, it's interesting to see because again, you know, Saints are, and here's one thing I want to say about the Saints game. Okay, it was a damn good game, but this is something I have to address about the Saints game that I wish people would have stopped saying, because you got people keep saying, "Oh, the Saints are a Super Bowl team." Saints ain't been to the Super Bowl in 10 years. Okay, like I know it was a Breeze team. James Mark, appreciate the love. Oh, yes, and the Patreon. I'm finna get real active on the Patreon. If y'all are liking a lot of the new content and stuff that the Roundtable's been providing, shout out to Hector, especially because he's been giving a lot on the Astros and Dynamo, and he had something. It was just too late for me to get it up, but like I said, with everything going on, but he's been contributing a lot as far as the Astros and Dynamo's content. And so, if you are a Dynamo fan, if you are an Astro fan, make sure you're following Sauce Sports TV. But now that, like I said, once I get everything unpacked and start really getting situated, it's going to be a lot more content coming. But I'm gonna really start showing love to the Patreon supporters, and because, like I say, it's just about getting an environment where it's a bit more comfortable, not a lot of odd noises and random shit outside, fucking lawnmowers and dogs barking all the fucking time. But so I think it's going to be very interesting to see what this Texan defense really looks like. Because if you get a team like the Jags, who I wouldn't say they were going to be an offensive juggernaut, but they look like a team that would have been capable of putting some points on the board. Then they just kind of lose their quarterback, and now you got a guy who is, again, like I said, I like the Minshew kid. I think that we shouldn't sleep on him. Like, I don't think he's going to come out here and just handle the Texans. I don't think he's going to come out here and just pull off an upset. But I like him. It's something about him that, besides the mustache, to me that tells me that this kid might be around in the league for a little bit. I could be wrong, but it's just it could just be that first game. There's something about the kid telling me that he might be around for a little bit. I know y'all saw the porn star unit he had on, looking like a fucking 70s porn star unit, but that's back when he was at Washington. So that was very, very, very crazy. But yeah, what I'm saying though is I appreciate the love. What I was saying though is that the Saints are not a Super Bowl team. Let's stop saying that. They're a damn good team. They are a Super Bowl contender. But people keep saying, oh, they're a Super Bowl team. It was 10 years ago, man. This is a completely different Saints team. But yeah, they should have been there. You could talk about how close they were. But it is what it is. Man, AB and the Pats, I hate all of it. I hate all of it. But again, like I say, this is another game where it's going to give the Texans secondary a chance to kind of continue to gel, to continue to mesh. Hopefully, we're seeing some Lonnie Love. I got a quick question. Let me. I guess I could get a quick poll out there. Do you guys expect to see 1 for Lonnie, 2 for Phillip Gang? Because y'all know how this team is, and be honest with yourself. And I'm just not hating on anything. Y'all just know how Rack treats rookies. You know how they feel about bringing out these outsiders. We could talk about Kayvon Webster last year. We could talk about who's the other guy they brought in. Was Kayvon Webster cheap T-shirts last year? Who was cheap T-shirts last year? I don't think it was Kayvon. I think it was the other dude. I can't remember who the other guy was. Who was the other guy? Sharice Wright. Yeah, Sharice Wright was fucking cheap T-shirts. Who is Saw Sports? What the hell is Saw Sports? But I want to know what y'all think. 1, if you expect to see more Lonnie. 2, if you expect to see more games with this team. So I mean, it's. I'm finna get some what the hell is Saw Sports shirts made for the triple OGs. But my thing is this, man. I like because they'll play the angle of he's a veteran guy. People judge he's pretty good. The guy has a little bit of an injury history, and he's bounced around a couple of teams. The reason why he was available is maybe because he's not what you think he is, and it could be the Coug in me that's hating on him because he went to Rice. It is what it is. Y'all, we can have whatever beef you want to. If you're a Rice lover, and I'm not talking about shrimp fried rice. I'm talking about Rice University. We can catch a square. Nah, it's all love. But here's the thing, and because I'm going 1 deep today, I actually can do a couple of things a little bit differently. Like I said, I was like 50-50, halfway unprepared on some stuff. So again, like I said, if everything's kind of sluggish today, you gotta give your boy 1 because it's just been one of those last few days have been kind of off. But because I am 1 deep today, what I can do, normally I don't do this, but I could probably crank up the sauce line. We could take a few calls, predictions, thoughts, things that are on your mind, but we will definitely have, I guess I can say the 5-minute rule will be on, but we'll only take a couple of calls and then we'll get to some mark my motherfucking word. Actually, this is what we'll do. I'll open up the phone line. I'll open up the sauce line. 2 things. Y'all follow instructions. Some of y'all like to deviate and not follow instructions, right? I want you to give me a mark my motherfucking words and a score prediction. It's that simple. Mark my motherfucking words, score prediction. And I know there's a lot of other thoughts, a lot of other things that may be on your mind, but I want to keep it simple so that way we can get as many calls, as many people who want to call in, and then about 10 minutes or so beforehand, I'll cut the line, and then we'll discuss 2 or 3 more points that I want to get into right before we get ready to wrap it up. Super simple, right? First, I guess I should actually plug my... I'm telling y'all, I ain't even had the fucking PC plugged up till 2 hours ago. I'm trying to find... it's just a bunch of shenaniganery. I don't even know if that's the right fucking thing. I think it is. But, I gotta go find a fucking... Now I can actually hardline the shit. But I gotta get an Ethernet cord that's long enough. I gotta go find one. I gotta go buy one. I guess I can go to the Wally or something like that and get one. But for now, We'll still do it with the Wi-Fi. Let's see. Yeah, you know I'm cool. Look. AC blow cold. It's all good now. Shit. I fucking forgot I had to whatchamacallit. Okay, bet. I gotta fucking update my shit. I'm glad you said that. I gotta update that shit. Cause I guess I gotta forward my shit from the PO box. I gotta go to the post office out here. But I got you. Appreciate that. I got you, Buddha. Thank you. Forgot my log. I'm telling y'all, I'm out of there. It's like, goddamn, is it? Are we not? Okay. I gotta log into the phone system. Y'all give me a second. Like I say, when I ain't using it in a few days, it I guess they call it security measures. I got to remember me on shit. What the fuck? All right, cool. Let's get it cracking, man. But like I say, let's get some calls in, man. Mark my motherfucking words. Score prediction. Let's keep it simple. A lot of simple stuff. Yes, Scotty gets food. His bed is back here in the corner somewhere. I was not prepared for that, obviously. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling into the sauce line this afternoon, this evening, morning, whatever it is? I don't even know. Hello. I don't know. Can you hear me? Hello. Okay, there we go. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling into the sauce line this morning? Man, cooler, Dro. What's your mark my motherfucking words and your score prediction for today's game versus the Texans versus the Jags, man?
You know, that nigga Roger Johnson, he going off. He going, you know what I'm saying? He going to hold it down. He going to be on the offensive line. He going to show what should have been done. Him, Titus Howard, and what's the boy's name? Tunsil, they going to be lined up good on the left side, so it's all green. Protect Deshaun's blind side. It should be a smooth, simple game, man. Nothing too hard. I mean, it's a divisional game. You know, Jacksonville, they got their backup. Should be too easy, but we coming off, you know, that St. Louis, not St. Louis, that Saints lost, my bad. That was tough. You know, we got to bounce back, you know, another day, another game, whatever. But, yeah, my motherfucking words, it's going to be good. Lonnie Johnson going to be out there, I feel like. Cornell's going to, you know, he going to eat his crow. You know, he should have been put that boy out there. He tripping. He should have been had some playing time. But, yeah, we going to get into it like that. And I just want to keep it short, sweet, simple. We going to get this simple dub, man.
What you think the score going to be, man?
Oh, yeah, I said 28-17. Our boy.
28-17 already. That's a BT. Appreciate the call there, Joe.
Like that in, Joe Honcho, 28-17. My motherfucking words. Lonnie going off. That boy Roger gonna get his time. He gonna be looking green. It's all gonna be looking good.
Already. That's a BET, man. I appreciate the call there, Joe.
Yes, sir. Catch you later, man.
All right. Actually, you know, players fuck up. Look, I done been switching stuff around, so the original settings wasn't there. You know, look, hey, you know, this is all sports. I always got to kick off some rust. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling into the sauce line this morning?
Man, it's your boy Roman.
Roman, what's your mark my motherfucking words and your score prediction on this one, man?
Man, I can see us doing good in this game, Honcho. My motherfucking words, man. I see Deshaun Watson complete most of his passes. I can see him for 28 for 30, 35, 300-some yards. I see a 4 or 5 touchdowns. I see this can be a blowout, a game to prove himself. It's a weaker defense. I can see that. And score predictions, man, I can see this. I can see this one 31-17. I can see it's a blowout.
31-17. Okay. That's a BET.
I can see us winning this one, but that's the call, man.
All right, appreciate the call there, Roman.
Man, anytime.
Already. Shout out to my boy Roman, man. But here's the thing. So if this is a close game, let's flip the script, because a lot of people play the angle of, well, the Texans almost won. Like I don't believe in moral victories last week, against the Saints. Oh, it was good. It's a way to showcase what you can do. I think there's no moral victory, but I think that showcase, if anybody ever had questions about Deshaun Watson, I think they should be erased, and the blame should be put on this defense. Again, another situation where, and we saw that Colvin was released, and why, they said he kind of went AWOL on that. But again, he was getting burnt all game. Obviously, I told y'all my thoughts about Rack. Rack came out before the game last week. Oh, I really don't play rookies. Lonnie will see some snaps. Didn't see any snaps. The only rookie who saw snaps last week was the fullback. I think he saw one, or he might have saw some special teams play, something like that. And so this is why I say this ideology of, we don't play rookies is it's stupid, because rookies make rookie mistakes. Colvin's a veteran. What is this, year 5? 4 or 5, or maybe 6. We're going on 6. I think he had 4 with Jags, 3 or 4 with the Jags that he had last year, and then now, and he's still making rookie mistakes, right? Still making rookie mistakes. So like that logic is not justifiable. My thing is, how you prevent somebody from making rookie mistakes? Coaching them and coaching them up, like maybe having quality coaching to help them not make those mistakes, or you let them get the experience that they need, and then, hey, after it happens the first time, you get burnt a time or two, you start learning how to capitalize on those mistakes. But again, and I agree. So this type of game we always, man. Like again, I don't want to just throw this. Like I said, I don't want to sleep on Minshew, because I think he's going to be a quality quarterback in this league eventually. Like, it may take a little bit now. You saw the rumors too this week of. I guess it would help if I put the fucking number up there, huh? Do I have it up there? Excuse me. I guess that would help you, all right. And so ain't nobody even tell me nothing. So y'all just let me, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just let me. Yeah, it was. I think Deshaun gonna ball. It's his birthday, Deshaun. What you mean? Yeah, he gonna ball out. So you gotta expect a good game for him for that. But my thing is that I have an issue, because again, Cornell is at this point, and I think when you've taken pieces away from him also. Somebody mentioned, about Bill O'Brien. I think it was Jay Dizzle last week when he mentioned about, Bill O'Brien being able to put the onus on Cornell. So hey, well, now that I've taken away pieces, I gotta turn this thing down. This fucking ringer is loud. What's the motherfucking deal, man? We got called into the sauce line this morning.
What's the fucking deal, Honcho? It's your boy Edwin Baptiste.
Edwin, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What's on your mind? How you feeling? What's your mark my motherfucking words on these Texans, man?
Shit, I'm feeling good, nigga. I got my 3.5 of my Kush ready. I got my 6-pack. Shit, I got the pizza already ordered and on the way. So shit, I'm good to go. But as far as mark my motherfucking words, mark my motherfucking words, we gonna blow these hoes out. Shit, we better blow these hoes out. If we don't blow these hoes out, I'm gonna be worried. Mm-hmm. As far as my score prediction, I don't really like to do score predictions, but I'll do a spread. I say we'll win by 14.
Okay.
10 to 14. It's going to be a 2-possession game.
Okay.
And if it's anything less than that, I'm going to be worried. Like I said, I'm going to be worried about this season.
Okay.
But I know you got other people trying to call in, but shit, that's all I had, Honcho. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go ahead and get my, you know what I'm saying, get my little.
Well, you already know what I'm gonna say, man. Hit that 2 times for your boy. Shit, eat a slice of pizza for your boy too. Shit, because I'm on this old whole ass family.
I'm finna have my own little party. Me and my daughter, nigga.
That's what I'm talking about. Decided to go down, man. That's a bet. That's a BET, man. Appreciate you calling in there, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. Thanks for taking my call, bro. Go Texans.
Already.
Yeah.
And that's another thing, right? I picked the worst time to start because I started last Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. What day was 8th? Sunday was 8th. So last Sunday, football season where it's eating time. You feel me? What's the motherfucking deal, man? We got called into the sauce line this morning. Wink, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What's your mark my motherfucking words on this game, Wink? Yeah. You got Yannick out and somebody else. Oh, my phone.
But I do see Fournette end up having a very decent game against us. I see him having anywhere between 80 to 90 yards because I think he's going to be able to run away on the other side from J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt is not going to be moving.
Real quick, Wink.
All over the field.
On the beginning of your part, I had you roaming, man. Right before you was talking about the D line. Run that back for the people so they can hear you.
What you were saying now?
I said I had you roaming on the first right before you started talking about the D line. I had you roaming. So run that back for the people so they can hear what you were saying.
Oh yeah, I was saying we're gonna more than likely. I think we're gonna end up winning by 14. The major reason why is because not only are they missing, Cam Robinson. I think Minshew gives them something. I think he's gonna be able to put up anywhere between 17 to 23 points against us. Because Chark stepped up, but they all gonna be without Marquise Lee. D.D. Westbrook is still playing the game, and I think later on in the game, Fournette is going to more than likely start building momentum in the run game. So he's going to be able to take some pressure off of Minshew and give him a lot of help. But as far as the line, I think J.J. Watt bounces back. I think he gets at least 2 sacks in this game. He should get 2 sacks in this game, but we'll see. Hey. As far as my score, I see this game being 35-23. I think the fact that you can see a little rapport with Steele already, DeAndre Hopkins is already too much for Jalen Ramsey, and the fact that they have Boye and Ngakoue out, dude's gonna be able to add a ball out like it's nothing. Kiki will be able to kill him underneath, and I really think that Duke Johnson and Carlos Hyde continue what they did against the Saints last week. I think they do more than they did last week. So I see another 150 total rushing yards this game. I see 325 yards passing from Deshaun Watson, and I see him throwing 4 touchdowns with no interceptions.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Run that last part. You say how many yards passing?
325 yards.
325. Already. That's a BT.
And J.J. Watt, and Whitney Merciless combined for 3 sacks.
Okay. 59 and 99 for 3. That's a BT, man. And they should eat, man. So I got a question for you real quick, though. If this team does not get a healthy win on the Jags, what does that say about the Texans to you?
Well, to be honest, it's really not going to matter because it's a divisional game. It doesn't matter who's playing at quarterback. It doesn't matter what injuries are happening. Sometimes divisional games are just divisional games. It's nothing. What can you really do about it? They still have great dudes. They still got Calais Campbell. They still got Taven Bryan. They still got Miles Jack. They still got Ramsey. And I really think we're going to be able to air it out because Ronnie Harrison and the guys in the back end are having issues. Yeah. And I already said Telvin Smith was going to more than likely be a problem, and that's a major reason why I think the run game is going to go off today against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't think they're best out in the middle, but I think that Josh Allen is going to be one of their key factors if they can really get him going in the game. Mm-hmm. So I think the fact that we have Roger Johnson and Titus playing is going to show us what the hell this O-line can do. And if Roger Johnson, which I believe can take out a guy like Josh Allen or whoever is on the left end spot, I see no reason why we should give up a good amount of pressure to the Jaguars today. That's just my prediction.
Okay. All right. That's a BET, man. That's a bet, man. Well, you said 35-23 was your score prediction.
35-23.
All right. That's a bet, man. Wink, I appreciate it, man.
Already. Y'all take it easy.
Already.
Yep.
Shout out to Wink, man, holding it down for the round, man, getting the prediction in. And shout out to the 10 man at the JO. And I know I think Wise Man said he is supposed to be at the game, so I told him to punch a Jags fan, punch him in the eye and scream Sauce Nation. But I got a question. But this is what I'm saying. This is my question. I apologize. Like I say, look, I'm getting back in the groove. I'm a little rusty with the streamiology, and but my thing is this, man. But my question is this, and Wing gave a good response. It is a divisional game. Divisional games can always go either way. We saw what happened with the Titans last year with Gabbard, right? And so that makes me, we went in that game thinking, oh, it's Gabbard, oh, it's easy money. And so we have no worries. And then the Titans were able to find a way to finagle us, right? And so my thoughts are, after a good performance again against a good Saints team, not a Super Bowl team, but a good Saints team that gave you a lot of hope in Deshaun and what this offense can do. But I think it made you equally as disappointed in what this defense has done habitually and can do. If the Texans go out here today and somehow cough this one up, how do you feel about this team? Like, does this change your perception? Do you think it's an early season goof, or do you start having questions? Do you start really having to, figure out, well, what's going on? Like, what's happening with this franchise and who's running it? So they shouldn't be able to score on us like that. But I think that we'll give up one again. Like I say, if Lonnie's seeing significant time, I'm not expecting Lonnie to go out there and be perfect. But I'd rather, if this is a guy that you've invested your draft capital in and to be in the future, you let him get out there and get experience. Let him get game experience. You know what I mean? Instead of trying to shelve him for whatever reason, because that's not helping him develop at all. I mean, if you're gonna have him on the roster, then fucking play the man. But instead, they have these ideas that, we don't want these guys out here making the rookie mistakes. And again, that's why you have Aaron Colvin cut. Philip Gain is not somebody I have faith in coming in, after a couple of days and really being a contributor, after kind of being a journeyman. Man, I will be watching Seattle, whoever they play today. I don't even know who they play today. But I will be watching Seattle. I'm not even going talk about the Clowney thing anymore. I think that at this point, you just wait till the end of the year and you see what happens with this defense overall, and then you see what happens with Clowney and his stat line overall. And then you determine whether or not he would have been a contributing factor. Because there's so many arguments that go with it. He wanted too much money. Well, you threw away half his money. You threw away half the money on his salary. Anyway, so you couldn't have paid another $8 million. They extended Nick Martin. I mean, here's a quick. I don't want to know your feelings on that. 1 if yes, 2 if no. Do you agree with the Nick Martin extension? 1 if yes, 2 if no. If you think that the Nick Martin extension was a good idea. 3. I could always look. Not addition. But my thing is this, right? Nick Martin, and I know some of you guys love the the PFFs and the what is that, Pro Football Focus? What's the other one? Pro Football Insight, whatever. Like, they had Nick Martin ranked as the 5th best center in the division. 5th best center. There's only 4 teams in the division, right? So that means that there's a backup. I think it was a Titans backup who got a higher, who got Pro Football Talk. Is that what it is? The other one is? He got ranked higher than Nick Martin. That's terrible. Hold on. I see some beef going on. We talking about Shipley's? As long as y'all ain't talking about no Krispy Kreme, man. We ain't rocking with no Krispy Kreme. Shipley's gang all day. I don't need to eat no fucking donut. Actually, I go to whatever local spot. I'm not gonna say anything. That might sound racist. I'm just getting back in the groove of things. I'm not gonna start off with the racism early. But my thing is this, man. For me to sit here and say that the Texans didn't spark some hope in me last week, I would be fraudulent. They did. But that same hope that got sparked was brought along with that same doubt because, again, you see it's like night and day on both sides of the ball. You say it's an early start. The defense, no Clowney. Well, there's no excuse because they've been practicing without Clowney, all year. Colvin, in 2 years, how is he not prepared? Like, we talk about the Texan talent evaluation and these things. How is this guy not ready? Like, what is it that you... who do you blame for that? Who do you blame for Colvin starting off the season on this team? Do you blame the Texans for maybe not wanting to just take on that dead cap? Take on that money and say maybe he can do something? But I think at the point where if they were like, fuck it, if he has a bad game, if they knew he was bad, they should have just cut him in the first place. But think about it. That's $7 million you gave Clowney. That's fucking 2.5 you're paying Kelemete. Not Kelemete. God damn, I'm telling brain farts everywhere. Khalil. Right? Matt Khalil. Clowney. And then now 7.5 that you're paying Aaron Colvin. So what is that? 14 and a half, then 2.5, 17 million? It's like $17 million that you're paying to guys who are not on this team anymore. And then you're still paying Brian Gaines. So it's like, that's where I get frustrated. I think that's where we got to differentiate things. When we talk about players versus management, it's not usually the players that you got beef with. Some of them. I had beef with Matt Khalil. Matt Khalil was terrible. And people said, he was going to come back and be in a... That's my beef. I'm not even going to give that. Because it's a lot of people who said a lot of things and won't own up to the nonsense that they said. People came around here saying that Matt Khalil was going to be a Pro Bowler for us, right? Like, people literally said Matt Khalil was going to come in here and be a Pro Bowler for us, disappeared. When we told you that Clowney would not get signed, when we told y'all don't expect Clowney to play a down in the Texans uniform. The day that they announced they were going to franchise tag him, I said that. They don't expect Clowney to play a down in the Texans uniform. People said the Texans were going to come. People came in here and said the Texans were going to re-sign Clowney to a long-term deal. All of these things are frivolous. I just wanted to get it out one more time. But let's look at the Jags. And mark my motherfucking words, and I'll get some of the mark my motherfucking words out of the chat. Again, if y'all want to call in, we'll take 1 or 2 more calls if you got to mark my motherfucking words. But the way I look at this team, and Wink made a good point, mentioned this is a divisional game, that you can't ever count it out. I was referencing the Titans game last year, where the Texans went in there and figuring, well, we're going to beat the shit out of the Titans. It's Gabbard, especially we're going to beat the shit out of with Mariota, but with Gabbard, even more so. And the Titans were aggressive. They made plays. They pulled trick plays out of the hat, and they came away with the win. I don't expect the Jags to be that crafty, but I'm not going to sleep on them completely and say, there's just no way that they can win. But again, if there's somehow, this game should be, on paper, if you're looking at it, this game should be 2 to 3 touchdown win, in my opinion. But, and personally, I wouldn't even go at Jalen Ramsey. Like, I wouldn't. Like, this, I'd have to tell Hop, look, Hop, I'm going to get you something. I'm going to get you some money. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get you here and there. But I'm going to be looking for the easy money and just run it up. And really run it up. So, like I said, I wouldn't even go at Jalen. Like, I'd let him do what they do. I'd let him and Hop just talk trash to each other all game. But, because you have so many other weapons in which you can exploit guys, it's going to be unnecessary. But again, like I said, though, we just can't count it out. Because, again, I think we had the same mentality last year. I've learned to humble myself slightly, just a little bit. Still gonna talk a lot of shit, but after seeing what happened there, I have questions. I think Marone's a better coach. I think I think most of the coaches in this division are better than O'Brien. But we saw something different from him in his play calling last week. I don't know. Maybe we got a different guy on our hands. I'm not gonna go with that vote because I tried to give it to him. Pause. I tried to give him the opportunity to prove that he has changed, multiple occasions, or that he was going to do something different on multiple occasions. Now, this may be the skill set. This might be the tool set that he needed with Steels, Fuller, Kiki, Hop, and all these guys to maybe open up, to maybe play the way that he wants to play. But right now, I refuse to go all in just yet. Because then I think that also parlays to the same argument that you say, well, Bill O'Brien only benefits off the weapons that he has. Because I've said it time and time again, and I know this is getting old, but I'm still waiting on a player that has been developed under this regime. What happened to Vincent Smith? What happened to anybody, really? What happened to Davenport? What happened to even think about who was it? Who was bad? Just a terribly bad Texan. Suafilo, right? Suafilo goes off to Dallas as it's been serviceable for him. Why is that? What is the difference there? You know what I'm saying? What is the difference? It's like he came here, he was terrible. They like him up in Dallas. But it is what it is. So, Rankin had I don't even know. Again, we could talk about that being Brian Gaines picks. But I don't know. Again, as I say, it's like you look at how much of this is organizational, how much of this is on the head coach. It's a lot of frustrating things. It's a lot of frustrating shit. And I'm trying not to focus on it. I'm trying to focus on game to game. And looking at this game, it should be the Texans game to lose. Like, they should go in there confident. But again, there still are holes. There still are weaknesses. But they have a lot of injuries that the Jags have that the Texans should be able to exploit those things too. You know what I'm saying? And take advantage of it. So, it is what it is. Look, Rankins, we told y'all about Rankins when they drafted him last year, man. Like, that guy's not it. He's not it. He's going to be good. And I ate my crow because I said I thought that Rankins would improve this year. Obviously, he's not here for me to be able to prove that, so I had to execute a crow clause in which I don't really own that crow because he left. But here's the thing. I guess I will break down my motherfucking words, my thoughts, my feelings on this one here. My motherfucking words. I think that I want to say I don't know what it is. What is Fuller? What's the most yards in a game that Fuller has had? Because I want to say that Fuller's going to have a career game today. But I don't want to go that far just yet. Yeah, Rankin will go somewhere else. He'll get better. You'll start hearing about him being one of the top fucking linemen in the league. He goes, where do you get them going? I don't remember what Fuller's most yards of the game were. But I think Fuller goes for 100 plus. I think Fuller goes for 100 plus on four catches, with two of those catches being touchdowns. Okay. Did he get some PT with the Jets? Didn't Ryan Griffin didn't he score a touchdown, but they called it back, and then I think Le'Veon scored right after that. I think 125 is his most. Okay. Because what I'm looking at right now is that there's just with Kiki coming back healthy, the Texans can hurt you in so many ways. I think that Deshaun, I'm not gonna go that far. I think he's gonna put up a high 300. I'm not gonna put him in the 4 because again, it's still a decent defense. It's still a solid defense with the Jags. But I'm gonna say Deshaun gives you 380, Total of 4 TDs. I think he gives you 1 rushing TD. So for a total of 5 TDs. But I think he gives you 4 TDs through the air. And then he gives you 1 on the ground. 380 total. And then I think he's going to give you, let's say, 1 rushing touchdown, but a total of 50 yards rushing. So he's going to accumulate, 430 yards of total offense. That's hilarious. But I have concerns. Like I said, I guess the part of me, maybe it's being cynical, maybe it's being whatever. But a part of me feels like if this team does not go in here, or actually, they're coming here, so I have a question. Let's talk about something real quick. This is something that bothers me. Am I the only person, before I get my score prediction, am I the only person that gets frustrated by the fucking Liberty white unis? Like, am I the only person that gets frustrated by the Liberty white unis? And the reason why I say that is because white is usually like, your away shit. So it's just like, why don't you go like punk somebody, you know what I'm saying, and wear like your Liberty white units at like an away game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, just go be fresh at somebody else's stadium. But because the white is just like, that's like some away game shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, the thing is, like, I get it. I don't hate the unit itself, but it's just the idea of it, right? That's what I'm saying. It's not the unit itself. Like, it's a clean uniform, but it's an away game uniform. That's what I'm saying. It's like I like the uniform. I like Battle Red is probably the color rush. I think that the blue color rush, the Battle Red, and then Liberty White. But it's just like that. It just bothers me. I was thinking about that today. I'm like, is that why are they wearing away game unis at home? But it is what it is. Man, Michael, I think that's a good point too, though. Yeah, it's about time to we're gonna get ready to wind it down here in 2 or 3 minutes. But I do agree that, like, I hope that's also part of a problem, because Bill O'Brien tends to do that. Like, watch they fuck around, and this is what could fuck around and happen. Texans jump out to a big lead early. And if this does happen, I don't think it's as concerning. But if it's a battle until the fourth quarter before the Texans really pull away, then I think you have more concerns. But Texans are going to jump out to a big lead early, and then O'Brien's going to let up off the brakes. Then Cornell's going to play conservative. Texans are going to get beat for a score or two. And that's saying they're going to lose the game, but they're going to provide opportunities for Minshew. Like, again, I'm not sleeping on Mustache Minshew. The kid looks like he may have a little moxie. That's a weird word. Might have a little moxie to him, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens, though. You say he trash for y'all. He just surrounded by 2 Pro Bowlers. Being surrounded by 2 Pro Bowlers helps. But my thing is this, man. My thing is this. Yeah, look. I ain't gonna promote to y'all where y'all can catch it, but some folks have listed some very notable places if y'all need links to the stream. But here's my thing, man. We will be here live after the game, hopefully, if I don't end up falling asleep or some shit. But we will be here live after the game. Definitely, if a miscue happens and the unfortunate happens, we'll definitely be here, because then I'll be fired up, mad, and talking trash. But I'm gonna go ahead and wind it down. Give y'all a few minutes to get ready to get situated. I'm real mad. Like, I'm mad that they would call in and talk about some damn pizza. I'm hungry doing this, but we'll deal with that on Wednesday. With that being said, hey man, I appreciate all of y'all. My score prediction. Let me see. See, and then Roger goes in here and just talk about all this. See, y'all, fuck y'all. Y'all gonna talk about some food shit. No, man, a man is trying to fast so my body can last. That has nothing to do with that. It's a whole different reason I'm on fast. I'll tell y'all about that maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, or something like that. But Yeah, man. Y'all talking about all this good food. Shit, I mean, ain't that a bitch? I'm mad at the hoe. I mean, you know what? It's all good, though. It's all good, though. Man, Project, if you get a chance, man, hit the, see, look at y'all talking about that, man. Hit me. I got a question. What is the best burger joint in the area? Text me your suggestion, Project, on the soft slide if you get a chance. I'd appreciate that. Because that is my plan on Wednesday. When I want a damn good burger. That's what I want. But I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Let me give you my score prediction. I think that the Texans put their foot. I think they go pedal to the metal. I think they really air it out. I'm gonna go with a bold prediction of 38. Gotta give my boy Kaimi some love. 38-13. Houston Texans. And I do believe that Watt does come back and get him a double dose of sacks. He should. I mean, if not, then I start having questions if he can't perform this game. And I do believe Merciless. I think Merciless gets him too. I think the Texans will get 4 sacks. And I think Reader gets him 1. But Watt and Mercy definitely get 4 total. But Birdie's Burger Bus and Joy's Love Burger. Okay, that's a bet. All right. But with that being said, yes, I relocated beyond. Big bellies, that's on the other side of town. But with that being said, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all be cool like y'all be cool. Man, I used to be out that way. I've eaten at Ricky's Burgers a couple of times. Back in the, it's been a few years though. It's been a while. But see, y'all talking about I want some real burger. I don't want that generic burger shit. That's a BET, man. But it's time to go check out the game, man. Y'all be cool like y'all be cool, but most of all, y'all stay saucy, man. Sauce Nation, y'all are the greatest. Y'all the freshest motherfucking ingredients in the world, man. And I appreciate each and every one of y'all for coming through. I'll catch y'all in the post game. So make sure y'all subscribe, like if you're new to this. Hit that like button if you're true to this. And I'm out.
Perfect.